Hello and welcome to The Platform, a new media forum that focuses on the next generation network solutions marketplace. I'm Neal Axelrad, CEO of GCS, and I'll be your host as we explore the challenges that carriers are facing and what solutions are available to help them meet these challenges. Today, I'm here with my good friend, Robert Jenkins. He is the CEO of Stella Communications. Thanks for coming by, Robert.
No worries, thank you.
Not a problem, not a problem. So let's kind of get this thing started. Why don't you give us a little bit of the background of Stella, where you guys started and kind of where you fit into the marketplace. 30,000-foot overview.
Sure, no worries. Stella's been around for four and a half years now. We evolved out of a couple of guys who used to work for a large wholesaler in London called Wavecrest
Heard of those
Communications.
guys. Yep.
And we decided to set up on our own, and we set up a company called Stella Communications. We are a niche provider of retail routes to customers who originate their own traffic. This is the differentiator that we like to bring into the marketplace. Is we're not trying to be something to everybody. We're just trying to be something incredibly special to a few select customers. So all of our customers originate their own traffic. That's one of our criteria.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as they do that, then we will accept from them clean retail traffic, and we'll pass that over to our suppliers, who are also niche suppliers of routes. We don't care if these guys have one or two routes. We're not looking for A to Z vendors. We're trying to be everything to everybody. So we've got a select number of customers, and we've got some niche vendors from all different parts of the world. And we look to provide quality termination to those customers. And one of the unique things we do is we route based on call duration and not based on price. Because again, if you look at the margin model, you make more margin on more duration. So why would you sacrifice duration for a lower price when you can make more profit on a higher price route? And that's where Stella's at the moment.
So that's interesting. I've never heard you say that before. So when we've known each other a long time, that you'll only deal with customers who originate their own traffic. This way, I guess you're not going to get refile traffic. You're not going to get garbage traffic. Your ALOC is going to be higher. You're probably going to get a better quality customer, even from a financial perspective. So there's probably a lot less financial risk on you guys with those type of customers. And I guess you were able to do that given your background and the people that you know from
Yep.
industry wise.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's interesting. So good model. So we're both in the industry a long time. It's tough economic times these days. You guys have thrived 4 years. It's been 4 years in an economic downturn. What have been some of the challenges for your company? And give me the Robert Jenkins CEO view of the
Sure.
world. Challenges, how you've overcome those challenges,
Sure.
because you're not a good CEO unless you've been able to overcome
Exactly.
challenges. You're a CEO that's not in business anymore, right? So
Right.
if you're still in business, good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's two types of challenges we face. One is a technical challenge, and one is a commercial challenge. So I'll deal with the commercial challenge first. What we found over the last year in particular is with the economic downturn in the United States and Canada, is that a lot of the migrant workers are struggling to either find work or they've evolved into becoming residents of the United States. This has done a couple of things, because when we started out, we were involved in the calling card market. Mm-hmm. The calling card operators are very easy to deal with because their business is a prepaid business. So for them to be in a prepaid business and to go into a weekly arrangement with Stella is a no-brainer, because it still makes plenty of cash flow for the operators. But what's happened to them over the last 18 months is that their business has shrunk in some areas and grown in others, because the migrant working population in the United States has moved on to some degree. So these carriers or these operators are now dealing less with sort of the Eastern Europe markets and dealing less with the African markets, which was easy ground for suppliers such as ourselves to provide quality routes to. These guys are now more focused in the Central America area, mm-hmm. The Guatemalas, the El Salvadors, and those sort of markets. So, and a lot of those markets they have commitment and swaps into. So there's less traffic available for vendors such as Stella.
Sure.
So our business with the calling card operators has declined. However, on the flip side to that is a lot of the migrant workers have become residents and have social security numbers and are therefore able to have residential phone lines. So what we found in the last 12 months or so is that our business has moved more away from calling card operators into residential operators, which is great because the margins are there on a whole different segment of...
So you're saying like CLECs or cable operators or...
Yeah, those types of guys.
Yeah.
And what's happened now is that it's opened up a whole new marketplace,
Right.
such as Western Europe, Asia, and these sort of markets where the calling card operators were not so successful in. However, one of the challenges it does bring is that these guys are running in a postpaid environment, not
Sure.
a prepaid environment. So they're not so willing to enter a weekly business plan with the likes of Stella.
So they're potentially looking for 30-day,
So they're looking for longer terms. Yep.
Right.
So they're looking for longer terms. So that's been an economic challenge for us. But
Right.
we've overcome that in the last 6 weeks. So our business is right back on track.
Good for you. Good for
So
you.
we've overcome that
So
commercial.
there's a lot
issue.
less credit risk, even though so prepaid calling card companies, there are some stable ones, there are some less stable ones, but I think as you get into the residential operators, I think your credit
Yeah.
risk is even lower
Yep.
than it is with with a prepaid calling card company.
Okay, so on to the technical challenges. Is that obviously over time, we started off with, I remember going back to 2006, we started off with one route, which is Pakistan, and we did very well with that for a couple of months. And when you've only got one or two routes, you can manually do routing and you can manually do invoicing and so on and so forth. But as you grow and your LCR gets bigger and you add more destinations, more codes, more customers, more suppliers, the whole process of running a manual operation becomes more time consuming, more difficult, and you open yourselves up to errors which could be financially penalizing and so on.
I've heard about this, yes.
So we found this company called GCS.
Yeah, I've heard of those guys, too.
And they've become one of our strategic partners, and we've done very well with GCS. We now have their system installed, and it runs all of our back office for us. And there's many different bells and whistles in it, which enables us to be more aggressive with our pricing to our customers, knowing that the GCS platform will block out routes that are no longer making margin, and will help us provide more accurate billing to our customers. So
This was the GCS commercial, guys, in case you hadn't noticed.
yeah, so that's yeah, so that's the GCS technical side of it.
Thank you for that. No,
us.
I really appreciate
Yeah.
that, Robert.
So anyway, so that's now in place, and our commercial model has moved on another couple of steps. So we're now really looking forward to an exciting 2011.
Excellent, excellent. So looks like an exciting year coming up for you guys. What do you think the future? Let's put on the visionary Robert Jenkins hat, and where would you like to see Stella in 5 years?
Wow, I couldn't imagine. Hopefully, I'll be on an island drinking cocktails
Perfect.
in 5 years.
There you go. Well, I think that's the best answer that we've gotten today.
Yeah, but in terms of 2011, we can talk about
There you
is that
go.
in 2011, what we want to continue growing in the residential area.
Mm-hmm.
And based on the success we've had in 2010, we've got a couple of strategic customers that we want to go after early in 2011, and continue to grow in the residential marketplace.
Okay.
And if we can do that in 2011, then cocktails in 5 years' time will be a lot easier.
Well, I'm going to join you on that beach.
Okay.
Robert Jenkins, Stella Communications, thank you for joining us on the platform, and we look forward to seeing you probably in a couple of weeks in Skillman, New Jersey.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you.